Good morning. I thought I'd continue the saga of how I got scammed. So, we left it at I moved into a van. Well, the Mazda was the van. Tiny. These mini um, vans they call mini, it was tiny. It was tiny. And I moved into it on the lot. I had my work clothes and a few blouses, a few pair of pants, a cooler, a battery operated fan, and a little pot, a little bucket. And I lived on the KFC parking lot for 2 years, saving my money to get an apartment. You have to have first, last, whatever. I think it was, I didn't make but $8.75 at Walmart. It was, I think I needed close to $3,000 for this little cottage I wanted. Cheapest place around. And I can't remember, but it was a little bit. And I paid off my bills. So I was working to just get my life straight. This was just crazy. I didn't mind living in that little bitty van. In fact, I enjoyed it. Now, Bob Wells, I'm sure, was on YouTube, but I wasn't watching YouTube at that time. So I didn't know about Bob Wells or van living or how to make things more convenient. I didn't feel inconvenienced. Everything I put in the storage, I paid my storage. My van was paid for, and I paid some bills. I owed some taxes. Something else, I can't remember. So after 2 years, every month, and I think I've told you this before, every month, and I had this in writing that I was permitted by the owner to be on this lot. It was private property. Every month, 2 a.m. in the morning, right at 2 a.m., the cops would knock on the door. Now I didn't have screens like now. I don't know, I clipped on curtains or something, for privacy. But I had in the dash this letter open so they could read it. You'd think after the first one they would stop knocking, but oh no. Every month for 2 years they would knock on the door. And my son said, Mom, they're trying to get rid of you, so they're just hassling you. That's all they're doing. He said, you tell them the next time. It was going on and on. I didn't talk to Jason about it for a long time. Again, he was going through this divorce. Heavy duty. And I just didn't want to bother him. He was working 16 days shifts. 16-hour day shifts for 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes 6. He just didn't have any time. And the divorce, oh, it was just a mess. So I didn't want to bother him. But when I finally did, he said, Mom, they're hassling you. They want you out of there. So this is what you're going to do. Next time they knock on the door, ask them if you can talk to their commander or whatever. He said, just tell them you're going down and you're going to see the commander and you're going to find out what's going on. So I had the money to move into my thing. So the next day after the last one, it was just before I was leaving and moving into my little cottage. The guy knocks on the door. I said, do you not talk to each other? Do you not talk? You guys have been doing this for 2 solid years. You should know who I am at the police department. Every one of you've seen the letter. Every one of you looked at my ID. Are you not speaking to each other? I'm going down to your commander. I'm going to your office. I want to speak to your commander. I want to know what's going on. I want to know why you're hassling me. Well, of course I left, so I never got another dog. But I didn't go to the commander, I just left because I knew I was leaving. But I was so tired of it. I was so tired. It was ridiculous what they were doing. And they were just trying to get me out of that parking lot. And they couldn't do anything because I had permission on a private property. How do you do that to somebody? Anyway, so then I moved into my cottage. But I enjoyed living in that van so much. It was so stress-free, not having to pay rent, coming and going when I wanted. Not having to worry about maintenance. But I moved into the cottage, and I never forgot about my van. And then I got on YouTube. and I found Bob Wells. And I went, boy, this is something else. I really enjoyed being in my van for 2 years, and now it's possible to just live full time. And I thought about it. I was in the apartment, the cottage. When I moved in, I said to her, my rent was $400 a month. And I said, do you raise your rent very often? She goes, oh, no, no, no. This was family owned, and the whole family ran it. The grandfather, her grandfather was the owner. He bought it in 1972. And they never raised their rent more than $5 or $10 every year. First couple of years, yeah. Then they started raising the rent $20, $30, $40. And I'm like, wait a minute. I figured I could be on my Social Security. I wouldn't have to work. I could be living here for the rest of my life, you know. No, 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 no. My rent doubled in, let's say, 8 or 9 years. And we're not talking a pristine place. We're talking a place that had a really bad reputation. They had been closed once because they found body parts in the dumpster. And it was 2 medical students that were going to medical school were bringing these body parts and putting them in the dumpster. Body parts. So where I stayed did not have a great reputation. The people were really nice. I didn't have, I had issues with many of the people. Many had mental health issues. I felt like I was getting one too. But I loved the little place, but I knew there was no way I could pay $800 a month. Now, I was still working at KFC, but I really, on 2016, I was diagnosed with 2 cancers on the same scan, breast cancer and I don't know if I've forgotten whether it's liver or kidney. I can't remember now. But I had major surgery in July, and then 6 months later I had major surgery on I think it was my liver. Yeah, I think it was my liver. I don't remember. I need to go back and look through my paperwork. Paid a lot of money for that. What was I saying? So, anyway, I had to have radiation, all this. Well, radiation, you have to have at the exact time every day for 6 weeks. And I had to drive 40 miles every day for 6 weeks to get this radiation. And KFC would not schedule me so that it would not interfere with my day. They would not give me the schedule. So I quit KFC. And that's another story altogether. Loved KFC. But it was a lot of hard work. And then I started, because of this radiation, because of that, I started driving for Uber. That was 2016. And I just kept thinking, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep working. I was getting afraid that I was going to become much more ill. And I said, I have to get into a van. I have to get away from this rent. I have to. So then, what happened? I kept talking to my son. I traded my Uber car in, and I got a van. And I started doing things with the van and making it ready for me to go on the road. And I thought, I won't be working. Then I go on the road, and I just go to another place, and I walk into the Walmart. It's my favorite Walmart. I've been going for years. I drive all the way to this place, and they said, would you like a job here? You're always here. And I said, yeah. But you guys aren't going to hire me. They did. So that's the saga, and you know about the Walmart experience. You know, I just quit last June. I did enjoy Walmart, and I got paid okay. But again, you can only work so long. Your body's only going to take it so long. And then it's going to say, no, you're done. And my YouTube channel all of a sudden took off from an interview I had with Glow. And that's my story. And I'm going to stick to it. And now I'm in a van. And I love it. I love it. And I'm enjoying my life. And I don't have to work. Well, YouTube is work. Trust me. Trust me, it is work. But now we're coming to different points. And I have another story. Another story of my trip from Delaware to California. Oh my goodness, what a trip. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And please share. Camo.